Ryan Vlastelica joining us right now to talk a little bit more about this. And Ryan, overall, I mean, this is a pretty solid quarter. You're not really seeing the shares move a whole lot, maybe because there wasn't a big beat, but we got to hear from the executives. I'm sure there's going to be some talk here about artificial intelligence and how Broadcom fits into that space.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one of those stocks that has been moving along with AI throughout the year. Not quite as dramatic as NVIDIA or advanced micro devices, but certainly in that space. This stuff is used in the chips that Broadcom makes is used in sort of the infrastructure surrounding AI, enabling computers to talk to each other, networking devices, so on and so forth. So this is something that people were looking for. It is coming off its biggest month ever in the month of May. So there was a lot of anticipation here about what it might say about AI, what kind of demand it's seeing from there. It does look like the results and the outlook were a little bit better than expected, but so far, like you said, it doesn't seem like it's having too dramatic of a move in the stock.
Yeah, and we should point out, as you just pointed out, I mean, the stock rallied almost 30% just in 4 weeks' time here. So probably some people thinking maybe it's a little stretch. I am curious that when we talk about what they make, Ryan, and the types of chips, you know, kind of this, I guess, what do you call it, where you kind of these switch chips that they make here. How does that fit into the AI space? Because whenever anyone talks about AI and chips, they basically say that all roads basically go through NVIDIA. But I am curious if Broadcom has a market there to offer.
Yeah, so they have networking chips that are used with these big hyperscale customers of theirs. They have these switch chips that help control the information between different computers. So all this stuff fits into the broader infrastructure. It's not quite as dramatic as NVIDIA's processing power with its GPU chips, but this is certainly part of that overall story, but doesn't seem to be like it's quite as explosive growth the way that we saw from NVIDIA earlier.
Yeah, and we should point out too. I mean, you know, there's been a lot of discussion about not just what NVIDIA is doing, but really just kind of the evangelism out of Jensen Huang and his ability to kind of really rally markets and everyone else around what he's doing. And we should point out Hock Tan, certainly a big figure in his own right. But I am curious as to when we maybe see a little bit more discussion publicly about this. Do they need to do that to get investor interest?
Well, last quarter they did come out and they did say that their networking chips were going to start to see some pretty dramatic growth, thanks in part to AI. So that's probably something people are looking out for a little bit. Which is also flagged that a couple of days ago they came out and signed a new agreement with Apple, distribution agreement, multi-year, multi-billion-dollar deal. That's something that has also contributed to recent gains in the stock. So, I mean, like you said, this is a big move it's coming off of. It's certainly not surprising to see a little bit of digestion here as people look for some more detail.
All right, Ryan, I appreciate you jumping on for us real quickly here. Broadcom shares only down about 1% on the day. Just to recap those numbers, about $8.73 billion in revenue in the most recent quarter, pretty much in line with what the street was looking for. A similar story for the EPS side, $10.32 a share.